everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. That went a lot smoother than last week. I'm getting the hang of this. Which is fantastic. How's everyone? I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Um, yes, this is another episode of Eagles Talk with TJ, episode 4. Okay, you're catching up there already. How time flies. Already been a month. Oh. It's already been a month. Gosh. Sorry, get distracted. So, yes, on this episode, we're going to be talking about the Eagles game against New Orleans and the breakdown there, what happened. Hello there. Beware the stampede. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Yes, we're going to break down the game in New Orleans and what happened in there. Some ramifications of that game because let me just pop into it then. Yes, so this last Sunday, the Eagles went to the Saints. I streamed it with Carlos on the Uneducated Sports channel. It went well. He hasn't sacked me, so that's good. Yes, we went into New Orleans, the high-firing, great offense of New Orleans, and that great defense, and we managed to walk out with the dub. Let's go! My goodness, this game. That was something. That was something, right? And now let's go. Let me show you this. So, as I break down, the game I will talk about. I'll have it playing, is 61 yards. So, and sort of understand. Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, no, what's happening? Oh, it was going so well, Tom. There we go. Where are we? See it? W. And, well, that was a game. Very low scoring. Very, very low scoring, especially, which is crazy, especially after how well New Orleans managed to score the first 2 weeks. I think you were putting up pretty much 50 points a game. Our defense woke up. Jalen Carter was fantastic. Jordan Davis was fantastic. Our linebackers played out their mind, and so did the back end. So, yeah, the only thing I wanted to bring up here is it was terrifying how, like, the punt makes sense. The interception should have been at least 3 points. Fumble should have been at least 3 points. The downs definitely should. The downs right at the end, before the end of the half, absolutely should have been at least 3 points. I said during the stream, I felt like our defense is going to perform very well, and it's our offense that is going to let us down. And unfortunately, it might have been. There you go. I've changed my camera there, so I'm just a little hiding in the corner. But here you go. Downs again. Punt, block punt, which, okay, you can't help. At least we were punting and not going for it. Touchdown, fantastic. The missed field goal, just felt weird. It just felt weird why he was doing it. And then, obviously, touchdown again. Beautiful play by Dallas Goedert. Interception by Reed Blankenship, who, again, undrafted free agent, is doing fantastic. Hopefully has a long and bright career. So the player of the week, obviously via Philly, was Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert when, hold on, have I gone off script? No, okay. So the offense was struggling to score. Obviously, in relation to that is Hurts' turnover problem. I'm just going to play this again. Also spoke about this. He's doing well. And then I'm going to show it here. So be warned, bit of a brutal thing. Late in the game, here we go. So this hit. So Devontae Smith, this is about third quarter, catches the ball and starts moving about. His forward progress has stopped here, and then you hit this hit here. Absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal. It was called for unnecessary roughness. We got the 15 yards from it. I know Philly fans want ejection. Trevor Penning.
He's will
no.
have a bad.
Sorry. That's the video I technically borrowed. Cut down a bit as well. So as you can see, Trevor Penning here, just in the, I don't know if that's left or right, in the corner of this video, bottom corner of this video, is just tackling Darius Slay out of bounds, clearly out of bounds. The play's over. Kamara, I believe, is the one who had the ball. Even Garner Johnson's out, and there is still a tackle clearly going on. Apparently, this tackle ended up. So the reason why I mentioned that is we relied so heavily on Dallas Goedert that game and Saquon. Dallas Goedert and Saquon saved that game for the Eagles. As you can see, he had 10 receptions, 170 yards. This is after 2 weeks, essentially a year and 2 weeks. Nothing. He's been quiet for such a long time. Sorry, need to refresh it. So yes, that is the most yards he's had in a year. I think in a game, sorry. 130 yards was his previous record, 170 in this one. And it wasn't just like easy catches, run down the field like you saw. He was one-handed. He was reliable. He's needed. He was thought through contact. Hopefully, he is used more because as Kellen Moore has shown that he is still good. He's really good because we just haven't used him most of the game for most of last year and this year. So obviously we got the team stats here. 2 turnovers by Philly, which isn't good. We had the most possession, but I wanted to point out the 460 yards of offense. Absolutely crazy. And also our defense from letting up Kirk Cousins just walk down the field. That last drive, pardon me, to hold your offense to 219, which was explosive, is absolutely madness. So here are some of the stats. Obviously, 211 for Hurts, average of 8.2. So obviously 4 sacks, 23 yards, QBR of 41, and yeah, it's not too bad, not too bad. I think his completion rate was 80%, just under 80%, so not bad for a completion rating. It's obviously INT, which is concerning there, as I mentioned previously. Saquon Barkley, 17 carries, 147 yards, and 2 touchdowns, along with 65. But hallelujah. Thank you, Giants. I know, obviously, he didn't catch the ball last week, but as advertised was every penny. And every week, I feel like I'm going to say thank you very much. He has been phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. So here's obviously Dallas got 170 yards, 10 receptions, fantastic. Long of 61 yards, which is the barreling down the sideline. That gets us up for the second Saquon Barkley touchdown. Devontae Smith was having a good game, 7 receptions, 79 yards. He was also reliable. Unfortunately, obviously left the game due to the concussion, which is not good, meaning Jalen Hurts had to rely on like Paris Campbell, Kenneth Gainwell. Obviously, Johnny Wilson caught his first, I believe his first catch in the NFL, rookie, massive man. I think he's like 6'6", 210 pounds. Carlos, when we were calling it, assumed he was a tight end, because he was so massive. But obviously, having to rely on the spread the ball around, which I think this does. Even Jahan Dotson got involved. Saquon as a rusher as well. But having Dallas Goedert to rely on and Saquon Barkley when most of your wide receivers have gone out is fantastic. I just wanted to bring this up. So, obviously, there was an interception. So, Dallas Goedert is on here, as you can see, just under Josh Sweat there for a tackle. But Bree Blankenship, interception, did well. Zach Bourne, 13 tackles, phenomenal. Same as Garner Johnson. But look at Jalen Carter, just under Kobe Dean there. 3 solo tackles, 2 tackles total, 2 tackles for loss, two pass deflections, 1 QB hits. He didn't get a sack, unfortunately, but he was just causing havoc in the backfield. Absolutely. Those, I know the Colts were. That's Colts. Oh gosh, I'm sorry to call you Colts. I know the Saints were out there starting center, but he was just causing problems. And, well, the defense just played very well. Brandon Graham did very well. Fantastic. QB hits, tackles slowly. The only thing is, do you notice who's not on this board? Why, it's Bryce Huff. Actually, any of the edges. Not even a Nolan Smith is on here, which is not good. Josh Sweat even got on the board, which is fantastic. But yeah, it hurts on here as well. Yeah, Bryce Huff again was invisible throughout most of this game, which sucks. Hopefully, he's coming together. He's getting it together, but something's not there, and I don't know why. After a man had such a breakout season last year, it's just not coming together for him, which is concerning. But on to more positives. Saquon Barkley there is the league's rushing yard leader with 351 yards. Again, I can't keep saying fantastic, but Giants, what do you do? How do you let this man leave your building, let alone go to your rival? Hopefully he'll have another fantastic. He's going to have a fantastic year. People are concerned about the money we gave him and will he be able to stay healthy? Obviously, we're only week 3, but he's worth every penny, especially in a game like this. Then I wanted to bring up this. So Dave Zangaro, as you can tell, most probably from my previous streams, I obviously follow Dave Zangaro, NBC Philadelphia, as well as a couple of the Eagles beat writers. But he just had some paraphrasing from Vic Fangio just after the game about what's happening. So Vic mentions about how Brandon Graham, he didn't really have any expectations for BG until he saw BG in camp, and he had a fantastic summer. And he was going to start playing a lot, especially with Bryce Huff struggling. BG is our best edge, and he's 36 years old. Like, come on! If he keeps if he keeps doing well. Maybe this isn't his last year. It's his last year, but he might not. How are you getting under pen and paper? Then obviously asked about Bryce Huff. Then he said he'll continue to mix in, but clearly I haven't got the stats, the snap counts for you guys. I do apologize. BG played more snaps than Bryce Huff. I think Bryce Huff has had his snaps cut in half, which is not good. And yeah, obviously, Vic Fangio goes for mixing in a lot of guys there. But having a man you're paying $17 million to get his snaps cut in half, and this guy should be, well, he was the Hassan Reddick replacement. This is the guy who should pick up the Hassan Reddick payload, and it just hasn't happened. And obviously, you could have used that money to pay Hassan. Because to be here, I know obviously there might have been a bit, upset between him and the franchise, but I don't know what was in there. So, moving on from that game, like I said, brilliant defense woke up. Jalen Carter, phenomenal. Saquon Barkley, Dallas Goedert. When we needed him, we relied on him. Jalen Hurts, clear. If he cleans up the turnovers, he would be having an MVP season. But obviously, the turnovers are what hindering this team. And obviously, Nick Sirianni's decision making for going for the ridiculous fake tush push instead of taking 3 points. But you're going to see a couple of slides coming up, a couple of pages of current injury updates because, like I said, we took a battering. So this was today. No sign of AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, or Lane Johnson at the start of Eagles practice today. Obviously, AJ Brown is still suffering from a hamstring, and Devontae Smith and Lane Johnson is still dealing with those concussions. Bit more from Dave Zangaro. What I talked to, Jordan Mailata is here as a spectator, which is very interesting. Darius Slay is here with helmet, which is great. It means obviously being hit by a film camera hasn't hurt him. Well, it has hurt him, but it hasn't been that devastating for him. Kai Becton, obviously our own lineman there, has got a cast in his hand, which is not good. Hopefully it doesn't hinder him too badly. But obviously Lane Johnson arrived at the walkthrough. He seems to be moving through concussion protocols, which is good. Obviously, we get more details on the Mekhi Becton injury here. He apparently has torn a ligament in his finger, He said he's good to go, which is fantastic, and the cast deck protection. But obviously, which hopefully the ligament doesn't take too long to heal, and the cast does not hinder him quite a lot. He was having a great year, but then again, seeing how our O lineman played last week, our backup O lineman, it gives me hope that they will be able to even come in and do well, do very well. Here's the official Eagles report. Obviously, it is a walkthrough, so it's an estimate. Brown, Devontae, and Johnson obviously did not practice at all with the hamstring and the 2 concussions. Mekhi Becton was limited with the finger. Landon Dickerson was interesting with a wrist. I didn't see any reports announce that. Hopefully that's not serious. Darius Slade with a knee was a full participant. Nothing about Marlada there. Maybe it was just them giving a little light of rose after a hard thought game. And then we'll look forward. So there you go. Where's my notes? So just run through the injury updates. I put this out of order. Here we go. So with these injury updates, the Eagles made a couple of roster moves. We have unfortunately placed Brenton Covey on the injury reserve. He has broken a bone in his shoulder and is expected to miss quite a lot of time in the recovery, which sucks. Like I said, he was a old reliable for Jalen Hurts, and he and it was a punt returner. We've got to rely on Cooper DeGene, but Brenton Covey was a very, very good punt returner. So that's that. Special teams took a massive hit in that. Really took a massive hit. Obviously, we signed our friend Jack Stoll. He was on our team last year. The Eagles liked him. It was crazy they didn't bring him back, but he spent this offseason with the Giants on their practice squad. They cut him, and we've brought him back, even to the active roster well, which is weird. And obviously, we signed John Ross to our practice squad. He obviously spent a lot of camp with us, and spent. My goodness, my brain has just gone. Spent training camp with us, was going for the roster spot. Unfortunately, he lost out, especially when we signed Jahan Dotson. But we needed depth with these injuries, so he signed it back. So going forward, I'm gonna say that was the game. What's happened sort of today? It was also announced that next week against Tampa Bay, it will be commentated by Tom Brady. I've not heard Tom Brady commentate before an NFL game. Hopefully he does a good job. I've heard mixed reviews about him. But he will be commentating the Buccaneers versus Eagles game. So hopefully he does a good job. Tom, and now what do I want? I want this. I want to go here. Here we go. So looking on to next week, we have Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay yet again. I feel like Jalen Hurts especially, I think he's faced Tampa Bay like 4 times in his career. Every time has been in Tampa. I think we lost the playoff game to him, to Tom Brady. We beat them last year or the year before, and I lost the wild card against them the year just gone. So that's at least 3 I can remember. I can't remember the 4th, but it's always Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay against the Buccaneers, who got beaten, utterly beaten last week. And I think, wasn't it the who was it? Oh, it's the Broncos. They got beaten by the Broncos last week, which is absolutely crazy. They lost to the Broncos and Bo Nix. See, I'm going to quickly run down. We are obviously 42 minutes in. Don't want to keep too much of your time anymore. But yes, 42. Tampa Bay has a weak line. It does. Over the minutes. They won a game against the Lions, but got utterly. Baker Mayfield got hit so many times by Aiden Hutchinson. It was crazy how much he hit. Aiden Hutchinson had 4 sacks in that game. Here's the difference, though. Our edges are terrible. Like, if Bryce Huff doesn't manage to get a sack this game, something is seriously off. Same as Nolan Smith. They should be getting pressure to Baker. If our defense plays as well as it did like this game, Saints game, fantastic. It should be a win. But here's the concern on the offensive side. We're going to go at this game without a Lane Johnson due to concussion, without a Devonta Smith due to concussion, most probably without Brown because of the hamstring. They're not going to risk him. They're going to sit him out again for this game, go into the bye and give him more time to recover. Hamstrings are funny. And if you mistime it or push him too early, he could be gone for the rest of the season. And you don't want to do that. So this game, we've got to, fortunately, we have had another whole week knowing this so we can game plan. But we got to rely on Dallas got it again. Obviously, Saquon, which should be fine. And you've got to ask the other wide receivers to step up. Yes, we spread the ball around last week, but it wasn't like they were major. There were 4 yards, 9 yards, 13 yards, 20 yards. Obviously, we don't even have Brett and Covey. So I wouldn't be surprised if John Ross is elevated for this game. But this is going to be another hard game to win. But I have hope. I really do think. I think the Eagles are going to go into the Week 5 bye 3-1. I think we can go down to Tampa and beat them. I have a lot more optimism compared to last week. I was down and out, especially with that run defense. It was just so interesting to be beaten badly by the Broncos. And Baker didn't look good. Baker really didn't look good in that game. What was his stat line? 26 to 33, 160 yards, 1 touchdown YNT. Bucky Iving didn't even get going, 70 yards on the ground, and Chris Godwin was the highest for 53. We know this team. Jalen Hurts has fought this team quite a lot. Again, 4 times. It's absolutely crazy in 5 years. Especially since it's not in your division. But, hey-o, we won't know until this game. I imagine it's going to be stressful. But our offense seems to be moving the ball well, and hopefully we do. And like I said, I'm going to go with Philadelphia Eagles to win in another low-scoring game by a field goal. I'm going to go with a field goal in this one. I reckon it's going to be 19 to 16. How do you get 16? 10, 3. Yeah, I'm going to go 16. 19 to 16. Well, unique score. I think that is a very unique score. Getting touchdown, field goal. Yeah, I'm going to go 19 to 16. But hey, thank you very much for watching. You've listened to me ramble on about birds for nearly 46 minutes there. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, smash the like button. Hit subscribe. Obviously, still a small channel here, but got a bunch of fantastic creators. I forgot to play the intro for Coming Sports Network. I apologize for that, Dolph, if you're watching this. But yes, a lot of content creators, multiple shows. Please come in, please support the creators in the other channels they have. Like I'm from Uneducated Sports Talk with Carlos over there, and have their own Tuesdays with TJ, where we break down the NFL show, NFL week by week, and normally go off the rails since we just go off constantly, bantering off at each other. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Have a fantastic night. It is a crazy world out there. Look after yourself, and I'll catch you in see you next week.